Hey guys, if you like this content, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys like the video and subscribed to my channel. It helps make these videos worth it going forward. Hey guys, Altcoin Sherpa here with a crypto market review. As always, this is not financial advice. I'm not an expert to your own research. Today, I just wanted to review the overall market. I know people got liquidated. I think there were like the most liquidations over a short time period that we saw. I've read different theories about it, but not really sure exactly where the one reason is. It could just be a typical crypto dump. This is like pretty standard stuff over the last several years. You lose 20% or whatever on a day, and I don't even think that was at okay, so go like 20% over the last few hours. That's still fine. In crypto terms, it's this is just another day in the office. If you can't handle that, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what the overall future is going to hold for crypto, but these 20% dumps seem pretty standard and commonplace. What I wanted to really emphasize this video and this crypto market review is that I still believe that this one-day structure is intact. You can see different charts across different exchanges. I think FTX had this swing low ran, so price dipped below it, but many other exchanges still had this higher low overall. And what we're seeing is that this bullish market structure, as I said, on the one day is still intact. We still have higher lows across the board, and higher lows and higher highs all the way across. This low at 50.2K did not get broken on many exchanges. As I said, FTX did have this low ran, and with that said, even if that low got broken and price got really bought up quickly, it's still okay in my opinion. We'll commonly see lows get ran and then price bounce quickly. Overall, I'm still pretty bullish. I still think that the structure is intact. If we start to see stuff like this, where we start seeing high time frame closes below this level, this 50K level, I'm really starting to get concerned at that point. I will assume that at that point that we are more likely at a market top, at least in the short term, and then just be really concerned. I'll play it level to level, but I might have to rethink my entire macro thesis if this happens. That said, I still strongly believe that this bullish market structure is still okay. And I really also want to emphasize, and I just made a post on this in Twitter, hang on. Okay, it's the Bybit chart. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so this is what I posted on Twitter recently. This showed that the last time in January 10th of 2021, we really saw some big dumping and things are looking extremely nasty in the short term. High sell volume overall. And what happened after that was a collective alt season. I mean collective in the sense that nearly every altcoin pumped simultaneously throughout this period. Altcoins really did pump throughout February and March, but you had to look at certain sectors. For instance, decentralized finance mostly pulled back in February, and then they consolidated in March, whereas you saw coins like Zilliqa and Theta moon really hardly in February, or very hard in February. And you saw some of the SBF coins do very well in March, but the entire market did not collectively pump during February and March. You saw kind of different coins in different sectors, like the IEO coins also pumped hard, I think, in February. It kind of pumped by sector. Everything didn't collectively pump. And what we saw in January was everything collectively pumped for the most part. ZIL and Theta were accumulating, but we saw 90% of the market just really do well, and it's also reflected too in the Bitcoin dominance chart, which I can also post as well. But if you look at January, it just kept going higher and higher in the Bitcoin. This is the inverse Bitcoin dominance chart, and then you can see that many altcoins pulled back while others did well throughout March and February. But what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that trading ranges get established after big moves up and big moves down. And we saw this big move down in January create this trading range. Now, this trading range might have just been established here, what we saw with this current move down. It's entirely possible that price just kind of ping-pongs around. Certainly possible that price does something like this and we get some sort of mini second alt season. I still think it's still okay. I still believe that altcoins are going to be okay. I believe that Bitcoin will be okay, still structurally intact on the 1 day. I will say that I don't really like this 4-hour trend overall getting broken. I mean, this trend line, I mean, everybody was posting it, myself included. This is probably better. I don't know. This is pretty much exactly what it is, but this trend line did get broken. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see this retest this trend line. A lot of people will be looking at 60,000 as like an area of interest, in my opinion. Definitely something to watch in general. And I also posted this on Twitter too for Bitcoin. Expect that these lows that just got created are going to get ran eventually. So this bottom around 51K, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets broken. I mean, if you see these other big move downs that we saw in January and February and March, these lows eventually got broken after a big move down. So it wouldn't surprise me to see grinding up and then see this dump a little bit lower. But overall, it's still okay. As I said, on the 1 day, it's still a bullish market structure. I'm still bullish overall. I mean, altcoins still look pretty good for the most part. Bullish market structures across the board. Historically speaking, we also have a second run for altcoins, and let's look at that now. This is my inverse BTCD chart, Bitcoin dominance. If you don't know Bitcoin dominance, I have a video on it, so check that out. As this chart moves up, altcoin value goes up relative to the total market share of the cryptocurrency. And, you know, as I said, this isn't really invalidated to me yet. Price is definitely still pumping hard. It wouldn't surprise me to see this go even higher, up to like the 59% level. For this run, we currently are at some sort of support. If you can even chart these things, it's debatable if you can or cannot. But to me, this is still bullish. I mean, I still think that we have a few weeks of good pumping in general. We're currently at the 46% area. I think this way makes its way up even higher after breaking this. But this is a logical area of resistance. It's still okay. But as I said, yeah, I'm still expecting this April and May time period to be bullish for altcoins, and I am thinking that we still have more gas left in the tank. After that, I honestly have no idea. I don't know if it's going to be like 2020 or 2019 and 2018. It's going to be very interesting to see. It's really going to depend a lot on Bitcoin as well. But still bullish on altcoins until shown otherwise. I mean, still looks good. Market still looks fine. I really want to emphasize that. I still think that the alt BTC pairs all look really good. Stuff like really you name it, really, in terms of the alt BTC pair, I think they all look really good. So I still think that the second run will happen. Let's look briefly too at the ETH BTC chart. Again, this is similar to the chart I just posted. I believe that we are entering the second period for altcoins where, we see the springtime pump. And across the last 3 years, this has happened. I still believe that this is going to happen again this year, where we see another few weeks of pumping. Interesting to note, in 2019 and 2020, there wasn't really that long of a pumping period. So, in regards to that, it's possible that we're just done now and everything will just start heading lower. And it is also interesting to note too that ETH BTC does not break its winter high. So the highs back in 2020, it got set at 027, but it created a lower high and then went lower. But then it obviously went higher in decentralized finance summer. But for 2018 and 2019, it just hit a lower high and then kept heading lower. So we're about to see kind of what happens in regards to ETH BTC, but I think it's going to be more like 2017 and 2018, where we have multi-week pumping. And you can also argue that we created a bullish market structure as well, with these highs here set at 0365 in August of 2020. This was decentralized finance summer. And we set a higher high recently in January 2021. We haven't seen that type of bullish market structure in quite some time. So entirely possible this just keeps going higher. I mean, I've long stated that I thought that the 055 level was going to get tested, and that would be a higher high than what was established back in January of 2021. So certainly could look very insane over the next several weeks. After that, I don't know what's going to happen if altcoins are going to die off in the summer. Could it be like 2017 where, price just kind of goes insane? Yeah, absolutely. Could it be just like 2018, 2019 where price just dies off in the summer too? Yep, that's also possible. Always stay ready. It's always important to understand the macro for altcoins if you trade those. But in summary, I still believe that Bitcoin looks good. Still a bullish structure on the 1 day. Still fine overall in terms of the Bitcoin dominance chart, and still okay with the ETH BTC chart. I mean, still bullish market structure. So still believe that altcoins are going to pump over the next several weeks. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.